Hello. Yes, I know you're wondering. Hey, where's Scotty now? I'm in the kitchen. Cause this just came up. Okay, so Cody Leach did a. He was doing a David Fincher double feature, which got cut in half because something happened with CP over there. So, I saw, and the Fincher movies in question were Fight Club and Seven. And, I'm like, what? I'll watch them, but I'm not going to do a review on them. I should have known that I couldn't do it. I should have known that I couldn't, because, there's only Disney Christmas reviews this month. Well, you're going to get a couple at least, hopefully, if they come back to do Seven. But this is my first time watching Fight Club. There's a steelbook. My first time watching it. Can I? Would it stay up here if I stick it up here? It's directly behind me there. You can't see it though. The light. Something with the light. Hold on. Better? No. Barely. Try to get it so the light. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, my thoughts. Oh. Okay. So, going into this, I knew the twist. Alright, because I watched, Watch Mojo, and Looper, and all those sites, all those, channels on YouTube that talk about it, and, the spoilers and stuff, what culture and all that. So I knew going in what the twist was, but I still wasn't prepared for what I was getting. Because you hear Fight Club and you think, oh, okay, it's a movie about fighting. Oh no, it's much, much more than that. Fight Club is more like, the first rule about Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. So, okay, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. I can't talk about this no more. I'm, of course, kidding. Okay, so, yeah, so it's about this guy, the narrator. He doesn't have a name, it's just the narrator. And he has a shitty life. One night when he's on a flight, he meets up with someone named Tyler Durden. And his house gets blown up. And he moves in with Tyler Durden in this piece of shit rundown house. And they start this fight club in this underground area. Starts with them beating the shit out of each other. And then it moves on to Fight Club. But the Fight Club evolves into something more. It becomes a terrorist organization, which is... I didn't expect it, alright? And it starts out, right, that the narrator, he gets addicted to going to these meetings, AA meetings, the colon cancer meetings, stuff like that. And he meets this girl named Marla who's doing the same thing. Now, the first time he sees her is at a testicular cancer meeting. And that's how he knows that she's faking, like he is. But why does nobody kick her out? I wonder. Some people, like CP, had a theory that she was a manifestation of his mind, much like Tyler Durden. Spoilers. But I don't think she is. There's way too much that is against it. The way he talks to her when he's trying to talk about Tyler, like she doesn't know what's going on, and stuff like that, and yeah, it's just, it doesn't, that theory doesn't float, but yeah, yeah, she's real, or is she? Because I have my own theory I'll get to at the end of this review, but, so, yeah, so it becomes a terrorist organization. Basically, they're blowing stuff up, they're causing, little things, and then Bitch Tits, Bob Bitch Tits, he gets shot. He's brought into this. I don't understand how he would be brought into a terror organization, but he does. And then, you know, I think it works. Stylistically, Fincher does a great job with this film. You know, splicing in Tyler Durden here and there. It's the cigarette burn thing that they mentioned earlier in the film. It's very good. He does a very good job. Some of the CGI is a little bit iffy, but it still holds up. There's a little, like that little bit. I think the dialogue is done very well, especially Tyler Durden's dialogue. I hear people quote Tyler Durden all the time, and you know, I think they had a good choice. Actors, Jared Leto was in this for a small little bit, which is cool. Holt McCanny, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's in this. There's a lot of little bit actors in this. Meatloaf plays bitch tits. I think that the first hour and a half works. This is a 2-hour 19 movie. So the first 2 acts are fine. It works great. And then it hits a snag for me. The whole, once the truth is revealed and stuff is starting to go one way, it really kind of derails the film for me, I think. Once the narrator realizes he is Tyler Durden, then everything just kind of, you know, there's, I mean, it kind of starts with the whole terrorist thing, but that's not a big down thing, you know. Okay, they can become a terrorist, and that makes sense. They can, you know, starts with Fight Club, and hey, let's blow shit up, you know. But it's after he realizes what's going on, and he starts to try to, you know, stop this stuff from happening, and he realizes that this organization is bigger than he thought. That Tyler Durden has spread out everywhere, making this organization as big as it can be. And to the point, I think the exact moment that it really just kind of fell off was when he goes to the police station and confesses everything. And the head cop that was trying to talk to him about his house explosion is there, and he tells him everything. The guy goes to verify what the information that he's gotten, and the other cops in the room are in on it. And they're members of this terrorist group. And that's when it's like, okay, no. I draw the line at cops. Alright, I understand that in this kind of world, anyone can be involved in anything. But there's no way. Like they even said that they killed Bob. So why would there be cops in on it? There's no way they would have cops involved in this. There's no way. Tyler is presented as this secondary identity within him, a dual identity, which can work in films. I just don't think that cops being in on it works for me. That's what I was just like, no. But it ends with he shoots out side of his mouth and Tyler dies. I don't know how that's supposed to work, but I don't know. And then the terrorist group, they bring in Marla, who's played by Helena Bonham Carter. And I'm sorry, I've never been attracted to Helena Bonham Carter. I'm not saying Angelina Jolie, she looks like death. That's what chain smoking does to you. And you can't tell me that that's not the truth, because there's only like 2 scenes in this film where she's not smoking. Same thing with Brad Pitt. Every scene he's lighting up. We know he's a chain smoker anyway, but I'm just saying. And this was the 90s when that was all the rage. Smoking all the time in your films. That's fine. Rated R. That's fine. But as the buildings start to blow up, they're holding hands and the film ends. Everything is shaking, right? So I have a theory. He's been dying this entire time. Beginning of this film, when he's on the plane with Durden, or just before he meets Durden, he has a sort of dream that another plane or something hits the plane that he's on and starts to crash. But then he wakes up and Durden is right there. So my theory is his plane did get hit by another plane. He is currently in a hospital trying to be saved. He's on a machine or something. And he's been in some sort of coma. And the moment that everything starts to crumble around him and starts to shake, that's when they turned off the machine. That's my theory. And hey, say I'm wrong. It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? He's a nobody who all of a sudden, after meeting this imaginary friend of his, starts a fight club, gets a girlfriend, forms a terrorist group, a nobody like that. It makes a lot of sense if it was all in the head. Not just Tyler Durden, but everything. If he was in some kind of a coma, thinking he had a life, something to do. Just think about it. As it stands, I'm going to give Fight Club a 7. I enjoy it, but it's not one I'm going to want to rewatch, all the time. But it's a 7. It's enjoyable. So what are your thoughts on Fight Club? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty. See you in the next one.